Yo, what is up guys, this is Tito back with another video, and today in this video I'm gonna be talking about the latest Oxygen OS on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. And this is the 16th February 2019 build, and this build comes with the January 1st 2019 security patch. And I have to say the ROM has like a couple of things changed, and I think the performance is amazing right now. And by the way, I'm using this ROM on ext4, not on F2FS, but still this ROM is working flawlessly over here. But there are still some bugs. Well, what are they? I'll talk about everything in this video. So let's start this video with this like bugs and stuff. So first of all, which you are gonna do after flashing this ROM, and that is you have to go to the call settings, like the dialer settings. From there you have to disable the noise cancellation stuff, because with the like noise cancellation turned on, there are some problems with the calls. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to disable it first, otherwise your calls may not work properly, or even like the VoLTE calls and stuff, they may not work properly, just saying. So it's listed on the thread to disable the like noise cancellation stuff is recommended. So that is how it is. Now let's talk about some more things over here in this ROM. So as I said, it does boot on ext4 and F2FS both. If you have F2FS storage, you don't need to worry. And even if you are on like the ext4 storage, you don't need to worry either. And this ROM comes with the Google Play Store and stuff, like the Google apps or something, like the G apps is pre-installed over here. So you just need to flash one ROM zip file. You don't need to flash any separate G apps for this ROM. So now let's talk about the cameras over here. The stock camera over here is the OnePlus camera or the Oxygen OS camera, and it does work super fine. You don't need to worry. But there are some problems with the slow motion and stuff, like the modes like panorama and stuff does not simply work. And I did not see the 4K option over here in the video mode. So you just have the 1080p option for the video mode, and normal like taking pictures stuff works just flawlessly over here. You don't need to worry about taking normal pictures with the stock camera. Now let's talk about camera to API. Well, is it present? Yes, it is present by default over here. But I did face a problem. By installing the latest Pixel 3 camera, I have faced some issues. It wasn't simply starting, it was force stopping. So I had to like go back to like the previous builds. So I'll link the build which I installed over here. And right now the Pixel 3 camera does work super fine, and it does have camera to API, but do keep in mind guys that the latest Pixel 3 camera is not working over here. You have to just try out with different builds, or just use the build I'll link in the description box below. And with Pixel 3 camera, you can have like shoot the like normal portrait mode pictures and stuff, and that simply works flawlessly. But even there is no like 4K option, I guess. So that's how it is. Now let's talk about the face unlock. Well, is it working? Nope, it's still not working. The face unlock is simply just doesn't work over here. Of course, it might have some firmware issues because it's a straight port from the OnePlus 5T, I guess, or the 6T, I'm not really sure. I think it's OnePlus 5T port. So that is how it is. So that is why the face unlock still does not work. You gotta keep that in mind if you need face unlock. Now let's talk about one bug which is still present over here, and that is the restart bug. Whenever you reboot the phone, it just switches off itself and it doesn't like turn on automatically. So restart bug is still present, and if you want to restart, you just have to power off and power it on manually. Now let's talk about one problem that I have faced is the like what do you call the vibrate or silent mode problems over here in this ROM. Why they are there? Because of course Oxygen OS is based on like OnePlus devices, and all the OnePlus devices out there has the like alert slider, and the Redmi Note 5 Pro simply does not have that kind of hardware over here. So I'm facing really like bad issues with the vibrate or silent mode. So I have to use do not disturb here and there, but you can't really put the phone into vibrate mode over here. Now let's talk about the UI navigation over here. Well, we have three kind of navigation which is really great. We have the stock Android like navigation, where you get the back, home and recents button. So on-screen buttons does work, the three on-screen buttons. And then we have the Android Pie kind of buttons, the gesture option. So we have the back and the pie gesture button, so that feature works too. And as well we have the full screen edge gestures, and that works just amazingly. It is straight butter, I am telling you. It's like whoop, you can switch between apps just like that. It's like pretty smooth, and like going back and stuff and going to recent apps or even home with the full screen edge gestures just works flawlessly over here. I do not have any complaints regarding that. Now let's talk about the battery life. Well, the battery life over here is amazing. I'm getting around 8 to 9 hours of screen on time pretty easily. You don't need to worry about battery life over here in this ROM. Here is the screenshot of my battery life. As you can see, the battery life is simply great. You don't need to worry about battery life ever in this ROM in my opinion. Now let's talk about the 3-finger screenshot gesture. Does it work? Yes, it does work, and you can even take the long screenshots on the UI. Like if you are browsing Facebook and you take a screenshot, you can scroll the screenshot and that just works fine. And after taking the screenshot, you can use the screenshot to edit and stuff, so those features of OxygenOS are still present over here. And here is the app open up speeds and RAM management over here. Let's open all the apps from memory again, and as you can see, all the apps are in memory, so I have no issues regarding memory management at all. In my opinion, the ROM feels buttery smooth and every app opens almost instantaneously, and the RAM management over here is pretty great too. Huge thumbs up to the developer of this ROM. He did an amazing job. I think the developer is Guzram. So in my opinion, this is one amazing ported ROM of OxygenOS for the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now let's talk about the Google Pay. Well, is it working? Yes, it is working by default over here. You don't need to worry. I do not use apps like PhonePe and stuff, so I can't confirm, but Google Pay works right away and you don't need to do any kind of tweaks to use Google Pay over here. It does make the sounds and stuff. So let me just put the phone into do not disturb again. Now if you talk about VoLTE calling, yes, VoLTE calling does works flawlessly over here, and on both the sims VoLTE does work. And if you talk about the in-call UI, yes, it does show up like the OxygenOS in-call UI. Looks pretty dope in my opinion, kind of dark kind of look. I really like the in-call UI over here in OxygenOS, and you have the call recording option and stuff, so you don't need to worry at all regarding the VoLTE calling or stuff. Now let me show you some more things over here in this ROM. So here is how the about section looks like. It has this OnePlus 5T device name by default over here, but it shows the Snapdragon 835 over here and 4GB RAM, 64GB ROM. This is true, and camera shows 16+20, and the display shows as Optic AMOLED display over here. And Android version, of course, the Android version is 9 Pie over here. As you can see, shows the ancient kernel over here, and the build number shows as OnePlus A5010. And by the way, the home screen looks like this, and if you go to the left, it has this kind of widget over here, and you can add any widget over here. I have added my subscriber count widget over here, and you have the toolbox and stuff, the recent apps you have used, and the data usage stuff, and you can add more stuff from here. As you can see, you can add more widgets if you want to from here. Let's just go back. It shows Never Settle logo over here, and weather and stuff does show up over here, and the location too. And this is how the home screen looks like. Again, the weather shows over here, but sometimes I have noticed that the weather does not update automatically, so you have to just tap over here and just update it manually like this. Now let me quickly show you the lock screen. This is how the lock screen looks like. You can change the wallpaper and stuff, of course, but let me show you the pocket detection option. And as you can see, I can't simply touch the display like this over here. So if the display top part of the display is covered, you can't simply touch the display. So this is a pretty cool feature in my opinion. And let me quickly show you the fingerprint scanner speed over here. So as you can see, it's pretty fast. And if I go to the launcher settings over here, this is the default launcher. And if you go to the settings, here there are a lot more interesting things. You can swipe down anywhere on the home screen to get the quick settings panel. Double tap to lock is there. So these two are pretty cool features. So you can just double tap on the home screen to make the phone into sleep. And let me unlock, and if you swipe down, you will get this quick settings panel. Pretty cool feature. And you can add more stuff, of course, from here like this. And night mode and stuff is there, so it does work super fine. You don't need to worry. If you go into the display settings, you have the wallpaper option. There is the theme option. You can choose it to be colorful, light or dark. Dark is totally black, let me tell you, and you can change the accent colors from here. Pretty cool feature over here. So you can change whatever accent color you like. So this LED notification does work, of course, and you have the font option from where you can just choose between two fonts, the Roboto and OnePlus Slate. Let's go back. Here we have the status bar option, and from here you have the battery bar, battery cycle or battery hidden option, and you can choose from this show percentage option if you want to show up the battery percentage, and you have the network traffic indicator, so that is pretty cool. Icon manager, we have like these many icons. You can choose the headset, Bluetooth, etc. icons, but by default everything is turned on. You don't need to worry, and you can even customize the time. And by the way, one thing that annoys me is if you tap the volume panel comes to the left. So if I am holding the phone on my right hand, it's pretty hard to reach there. So that is how it is. But I think in OnePlus devices the volume buttons are like to the left, so that is why it's to the left. And here you can like choose this vibrator intensity, so you can control the vibrator intensity from here to light, medium or strong. So these features are there. Pretty cool options for like each notification. You can control the vibrator intensity, and touch sound, dial pad sound, screen locking sound, the screenshot sound, etc. you can disable from here. So inside utilities you have the gaming mode over here, and it just enables the like vibrate mode and stuff, I guess. And pocket mode is here, and parallel apps, like you can have two apps with two different accounts, like same app with two different accounts. And we have the app lock, and it does work. Let me show you. I have like locked WhatsApp, and as you can see it asks me for PIN or password or like the fingerprint scanner. So that is how it is. You have to tap the fingerprint scanner to unlock these apps, and these options are there, and you can use this like for app lock. Like you can lock any kind of app and unlock it with the fingerprint scanner. You can schedule like power on and off from here. So pretty cool features. OnePlus Switch is there, quick reply in landscape mode is there, and it does work super fine. This feature is really cool in my opinion. And over here you get the earphone mode and stuff. So from here you can have these kind of options like autoplay music and stuff after you connect the earphone, and audio tuner is there. Whenever you connect the headset, it just like enables itself. Now right now it's like gray, like you can't really touch this panel over here if you do not connect the headphone jack, but you can control the like stuff like from here. I have chosen it to be JBL E1 Plus, and it does work super fine with my Mi basic headphones. And the sound output via the headphone jack with this ROM is amazing. You don't need to worry at all regarding like any kind of muffled or bad kind of quality of audio. Now here is the Antutu benchmark score, and let me play PUBG and show you the gaming performance over here. So whenever you open PUBG, as you can see, any game, it just turns on the like gaming mode over here. So you can put it to like do not show and stuff, but that is how it is. Let's like tap OK. So let me show you the settings. If you go into graphics, the highest you can play is HD and high. You can't really select HDR over here. Do keep that in mind. So as you can see in the lobby, the performance is pretty good. I do not see any kind of lags or stutters at all. The PUBG gaming performance seems pretty good, but we'll see once we get into the match. So as you can see, the gaming performance is super fine. I do not have any complaints regarding the gaming performance at all over here. And one thing you gotta keep in mind, guys, that even with playing like half an hour of PUBG, the phone is getting quite a lot hot to the touch towards the backside over here, pretty close to the camera. So just keep that in mind, that this area is getting pretty hot with like normal gameplay. So that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel down there if you have not yet. This is Tito from KDN Tech signing off for today, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.